Afternoon people. Today we're doing a quick little video on how to install a radio. As you can see, it hasn't got one installed at the minute. It didn't come with one, so hopefully it should be nice and straightforward. This is the radio I've gone with. It's an Alpine UT 200BT. Literally it's just a media player that you connect your phone to. You can listen to Spotify and you can make and receive calls on it. Simple as. I don't need anything more than that. I've got one in my Escort RS Turbo and it works absolutely fine. I got this off Amazon. It was 99 quid. Again, it's Alpine, really good make. I've been using Alpine since the 2000s, early 2000s in my cars, and never had a problem with them whatsoever. So we'll get on and get this fitted. Alright, first thing I like to do before I start these is just check to make sure I've got the right connections. Make sure there's no patch leads that you need to use to get this fitted. Luckily this car is quite simple, already come with an ISO connector as standard, and we've got the same, or the female end on the loom for the radio as well. And the next thing I like to do is just feed my microphone wire in. Oh, hang on a second. So it's just 3.5mm aux plug that goes in the back of the radio for the microphone. And all I've done is I've fed it through there underneath the dash. Let's get the light. Underneath the dash, and I've brought it back up through here, and that will just connect up here somewhere, attached to the trim. Sometimes I like to fit them up here, but I think I'll just fit this one here for now. Alright, so I've got my jacking point here for the microphone. I've got the connectors here from the vehicle. Luckily they're already ISO connectors, and I've got my aerial here, which I know doesn't work because it's cut halfway down the loom, which I discovered, well, when I was doing all the wiring for the ECU and for the rev counter. So we're going to disregard that. I don't listen to radio anyway because it's full of fucking bullshit. We're going to fit the cage. That's fairly simple. Just need to make sure that you bring all your wires through the middle before you commit. Says it's nice and simple. Right, there we go. That is through. I'll push that all the way home. Been a right pain, this is. There we go, we're there. Right, so that's all the way home now. Now what you want to do is you want to lock down a few of these little tabs that you can see. Just in case of just pushing them down in there with a screwdriver. There's a couple at the top as well, which will do, and that just stops the radio falling out as you're driving down a bumpy road and stops someone nicking it. Right, the next thing is to connect the wiring. It's quite straightforward because you've got one offset pin and one that's square in the middle. That's the same with the harness lead. So you just got to plug it in. Like that. And then what you have got here is you want your power wire, which is your yellow wire. Let's get it untangled from everything else. And then you want to plug them into the wires here. Now sometimes you'll have your power wire and your accessory ignition round the wrong way round. So what you want to do is just double check that is the case. So my power wire on this one is the actual red, so I'll plug that into the yellow, and it's not the yellow, if that makes sense. Like that. And the reason why you do it like that is all dependent on the layout of the vehicle, is your memory settings for when you turn the ignition on, whether that'll save your radio station or the settings for your bass and treble and all that sort of stuff. And then what you need to do is plug that in the back. And your microphone. You can see it says mic, and you plug your antenna in at the same time. But we're not using our antenna because it don't work. So hopefully we can fit. And it's all lit up. So now before you put it in, before you set it all the way home, you ought to just make sure that you put the wires in the right way round. What's the time? 20 to 1. So again, we haven't got radio, and I can't play through the Bluetooth at the minute because I'm using my phone to record on. But yeah, if we hopefully I'll just set it to a channel which I know is the right setting. We'll go radio 1, 99.3. And then we'll just save that under memory 1. So now hopefully when we turn the ignition off and back on again, no, it hasn't set the parameters, so we need to switch them wires around to what, well, the other way round basically. So yeah, it's red on red and yellow on yellow. Alright, then we've got an orange one here as well. We can plug that in just so it's plugged in. I think that's for like your power antenna, if you've got one fitted, that is. This car doesn't. So we'll leave that there for a second and we'll just retune it. And then save it under memory 1 again. And hopefully we can turn ignition off. Back on again, and that's saved our settings, so we're happy. That's all nice and set. So what we need to do now is we need to just make sure the wires are not trapped at the back and push it fully home. Alright, as you can see, that's all fitted in there. I've done all the settings, I've done the time, connected my Bluetooth. As you can see, Bluetooth audio on pause, because as soon as I click the record button on my phone, it pauses it. Changed all the colours so it matches the dial for the boost gauge and the colour of the car, because I'm sad like that. And we've got the microphone up here, so it's in direct yeah, in the direction of what your voice is. It's not hidden behind the steering wheel or behind the sun visor or wing mirror or anything like that. So yeah, that's about it really. All the settings are saved when I turn the ignition on and off. All I will say is that obviously when you do one of these, if you've got a radio that's already in there, then you need to find the right keys to take the radio out. And also, if you might need a fascia extension panel. Like Ford, you'll have the Ford radio isn't quite a standard DIN size. It's a little bit larger, but it's not quite a double DIN size. So you need the extra bit that just goes in the bottom to cover the hole up. Some of them come with pockets, so you can keep your keys in or your phone in there or whatever. But yeah, that's all good, all working as it should do. We'll leave this video at here. If you've got any questions, obviously just ask. I'll point you in the right direction if I know the answers. I don't know the answers to everything, but I'll have a good guess at them. And yeah, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and we'll see you in the next one.